Welcome to God's Powerful Son, your GPS, Directions to Eternity, with references from the Life Application Study Bible NIV. Here's your host, David Brower, a true child of God.
Thanks, Alan. This is David Brower, reminding you that you don't need to take notes on this podcast, as the complete transcript is in the Our Blog section at gps2eternity.com. In this edition of Your GPS to Eternity, we're talking about Moses emerging as a leader. This is part one of a most fascinating story as shared in the Daily Bible NIV. With the death of Joseph, the Genesis record comes to an end, and some 400 years apparently pass before another scriptural account focuses back on the descendants of Israel in Egypt. As the Exodus record begins, the story of Moses' ascension to a place of leadership over the Israelites is a fascinating one, in which the providential hand of God can be seen to lift Moses from his lowly birth as a Hebrew to a place of honor in the very household of the ruling Pharaoh. Then, during a time of exile in the land of Midian, just east of the Sinai Peninsula and across from the Gulf of Aqaba, Moses takes a wife by the name of Zipporah. Zipporah's father is known as both Reuel and Jethro. It is in Midian that Moses is called by God to lead the Hebrew nation of the oppressive bondage into which they have fallen since the days of Joseph. It is clear that Moses is reluctant to take on the responsibility of leadership, and therefore God must demonstrate the power that will be given to Moses in order to accomplish the mission which God has assigned him. It is near Mount Horeb, also known as Mount Sinai, that God confronts Moses, and it will be on this same mountain that one of the most important events in the history of the Hebrew nation will later take place. The Exodus record now begins with the Genesis record ended, with the last record of the sons of Israel who had first immigrated to Egypt. In Exodus 2:1-4, Moses was born and then hidden. Circumstances prevented Moses' mother from keeping him, so she got a papyrus basket and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. In Exodus 2:5-10, Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe, and she saw the basket among the reeds. He was crying, and so Pharaoh's daughter sent for one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for her. When the child grew older, the Hebrew woman took him back to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She names him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." In Exodus 2:11-5, Moses kills an Egyptian. One day after Moses had grown up, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his own people. Glancing this way and that and seeing no one, Moses killed the Egyptian and then hid him in the sand. The next day he went out and saw two Hebrews fighting. He asked the one in the wrong, "Why are you hitting your fellow Hebrew?" The man said, "Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" When Pharaoh heard this story, he tried to kill Moses, but Moses had already left from Pharaoh and went to live in Midian. This concludes part one of the story of how Moses emerges as a leader. Please join us next time as we finish up this amazing story with part two. We invite you to visit the prayer request tab on our website and let us know how we can be praying for you. If you ever have any suggestions or comments regarding what we share with you each week, just click on the Contact Us tab, also at gps2eternity.com. Until next time, this is David Brower, asking you to remember that God's powerful Son is your GPS, providing you with directions to eternity.
You've been listening to God's Powerful Son, your GPS, Directions to Eternity. New podcasts are available Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern. Podcast transcripts are available at gps2eternity.com. That's GPS, the number 2, eternity.com. Just click on Our Blog. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you and your family.